This is a special episode where I'll be tackling some common misconceptions about carnivorous plants. Let's get started. Did you know that only 1 in 10 of all species of plants are actually meat eaters? That's right, carnivorous plants make up only 1% of all plant species. The rest are either purely herbivorous or omnivorous. This means that they eat both animals and plants. Now, let's take a look at this Venus flytrap. You may have heard that if you feed these plants normal potting soil, their roots will end up burning and the plant will die. Well, this isn't entirely true. While it's true that most potting soils contain vital nutrients for plant growth, like nitrogen and phosphorus, these nutrients can also be found in rainwater and urine. So your Venus flytrap doesn't need any added fertilizer to survive. In fact, too much fertilizer can end up burning their roots. However, if you want your flytrap to grow bigger and produce more flowers, you'll need to add some fertilizer. But don't use just any fertilizer. Look for one that's specifically made for carnivorous plants. Next up, we have this little guy here. You may have heard that this plant actually eats its prey. Well, this couldn't be further from the truth. This little guy doesn't eat anything. In fact, he can't even move his jaws. This little guy is completely static. His jaws are permanently fused shut. And instead of eating his prey, he uses his jaws to collect rainwater and funnel it into his mouth. Here's another one. You may have heard that these plants can only digest acids. Well, that's not entirely true. These plants can digest acids, but they can also digest bases too. In fact, they can digest almost anything, including rocks and glass. But why wouldn't they digest their own acids? Well, these plants have a special acid called hydrochloric acid, which is very strong. If they were to digest their own acids, they would end up killing themselves. And finally, we have this little guy here. You may have heard that these plants are actually aliens. Well, that's not entirely true. These plants are actually from Earth. But if you want to see what they really look like, you'll have to go to the Amazon rainforest. So there you have it, guys. Some common misconceptions about carnivorous plants. Did you know before watching this video? Let me know in the comments below.